Glitch the guarantee. E&E. Put your boy shit. Glitch, nigga. Shit, I'm about to flood the streets like when the levees break. Criminal minds, my Garcia can navigate. Flowing while I'm blowing this gas. Nigga, no grace. Niggas not seeing me ever. I mean, no days. Fuck around and end up gone. You get in this place. E&E the shit that I claim. You dealing with grace. Took over the game by storm like Rain's mixtape. Thankfully, I've been up in smoke like my mixtape. Counting cheddar shit, I'm about to make a grilled cheese. Niggas be faker than bad bitches with good weeds. On my John Wick shit like Keanu Reeves. Replacements won't be enough. You need the whole team. I've been a G since I could finish my ABCs. Kept it a buck so real niggas look up to me. This butcher boy shit get crazy when it's sick of me. I'm coughing out these dope bars till they sick of me.
Can't get rid of me, still can't find a remedy. Still blowing palmers, info comes to Hennessy. E&E, we own our shit independently. When I go out on a limb, I take extremities. I can see right through transparency. Heard their self-esteem low, insecurities. Now or never like Glitch the guarantee. What's the recipe? King L's Reflection 3. All these chapters in my life, you can turn the page. Books can't tell you my story, gotta live a day. Glitch got my back, yeah, you can copy that. Man, we control the seat, you can copy that. Leave your whole state red like Republicans. Put fire on the track, now it's bubbling. Put your boys E&E, you in trouble, kid. At first 100 mil, you can double.
Let's go. All the hustlers getting money, let it show. Automatic, nigga, how we get the dough. If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go. Put your boy shit, nigga, let's go. All the hustlers getting money, let it show. It's automatic, nigga, how we get the dough. If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go. Put your boy shit, nigga, let's go.
Blow sick around the jealous in the motherfucker. Can't even take a step, that's how far I trust you. This black boy turned to shine the king under pressure. West side fat jacks, I took more to measure. Shade the extras, that's business starter feed. Street blues, what I talk, royal blood flowing free. Power on my mind, knows the gang is kind. Read between the lines, it was in my eye. If they ain't got real lines, it ain't hard to spot a counterfeit. Undefeated, ultra real, Fern Gully Mountain shit. Couple high shots, turn on the frozen margaritas. Even better when it's served with some flawless features. Next shit, they gotta pay for these flawless features. Flawless victories from the flaws that they teach us. Now my flow imitate how I board the plane non-stop. The little J gon' take over with my time stop.
Yeah, I get right to it. My nigga, we begging pardon. We putting niggas back in boxes. Yeah, they need harder. My flow be retarded. Sick, I need hella help. My groove came back. This must be how Stella felt. We just started kicking it like a yellow belt. You better yell out help. Here comes the double team. You catch me in the spot, then you know that the boy is clean. The Louis V look mean with the magazine. So if you try it, you get shot. No vaccine. If you was asleep before I came, then I'm the caffeine. I pull the jokers out the deck. Yeah, there ain't no laughing. In CEO fashion, we sticking to the business. Wouldn't even let a vegan knock me off my chicken. Something about the VDS when the sun is hitting. Should be flashing like the lights when you getting
Let's go. All the hustlers getting money, let it show. It's automatic, nigga, how we get the dough. If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go. Put your boy shit, nigga, let's go. All the hustlers getting money, let it show. It's automatic, nigga, how we get the dough. If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go. Put your boy shit, nigga, let's go.
Yeah. What up? Y'all already know it's the man about town, Virgil, a.k.a. Stacks with the Facts. And y'all know y'all tuned in, tapped in, man. Saturday night, what it do, man? Let's go. I know y'all interested to talk about this topic right here, man. I see it got the internet going crazy. Social engineering going crazy. Time about this shit. It's only right that we speak on it from the perspective that we only going to speak on it from. We're going to break this damn thing down. You know what I'm talking about? We're going to dissect this damn thing. Jalen, the man of knowledge, Truth One, what's good with it, man? Cupcake, what's good with it, baby?
This
Boogie Major.
we on the rise now, middle fingers in the sky now. Rolling hate, so we high now. How we ride now? All coops with the top down. And we listen in the top down. Trees got a whole pound. Real G's when we come round. Niggas know how it's going down. Yeah, we on the up, bitch. Real shit you should fuck with. E&E, throw it up shit.
And we stay ballin', like we sponsored by Spalding. All looking for the fall in, switch off, fall in. And we go all in, while we listening to all in, while you all talking. We smoking and coughing, till we land in the coffin, glitching, nauseous. Yeah, stepping out office, yeah, it is that bullshit. Killing in vain is vanity.
Yeah.
Do it again, it's insanity. Nauseous a real vigilante. Killing these kids is plan B. Hood is too hot with an antifreeze. Blowing on leaves from these planet trees. Don't break the code, this family. We cutting off legs like amputees. My foot was classic, antique. Freaking the beat is a Japanese.
All right, I'm gonna cut that off, man. You know what I'm talking about. What's up with y'all, man? Cupcake in the building, Uncle Diggity in the building. What's good? How y'all been enjoying y'all Saturday, man? What about them Buckeyes, man? Hey, y'all, listen here. People in my city is in their feelings. You hear me, man? I know right now that campus is going nuts. You hear me? I don't want no parts of it. You hear me? I'm chilling my ass right here. Them boys probably down. I'm telling you, they down there acting probably 14 karat crazy on campus right now. You hear me, man? I'm talking about if y'all look on Facebook right now, man, y'all gonna see that the Ohio State Buckeye fans are absolutely distraught. You hear me? And I'm gonna just tell y'all, you know what I'm saying, like I was telling everybody earlier, it's just a game, man. It's just a game, man. You're gonna be all right, man. It's gonna be okay, trust me. Life will go on. Oh, this is good. Damn. Look, life is gonna go on, man. It's gonna be okay. I'm sitting here sipping on this right here. Remember I told y'all when I went to Surveil, I went to my man Surveil's opening last night. This is one of his people who you know what I'm saying, use his services to, you know what I'm saying, make their wine for them. You know what I'm saying? It's called Tipsy Nissy's, and this is strawberry peach flavor. This is pretty good, man. You know what I'm talking about? What's up with y'all though, man? How y'all doing tonight, man? Y'all already know what we about to do, man. Saturday night, you know what I'm talking about? We getting it in as usual. Y'all know how we do it over here, man. It's Saturday night and we getting straight to it. Right? How did y'all enjoy last night's show, man? Last night's show was fun. You know what I'm saying? I think we had a lot of fun last night. You know what I mean? Chopped it up about a lot of different situations. You know what I mean? And it was a beautiful thing, man. Tomorrow night, Spiritual Roots Sundays. You know, shout out to my brother, Mr. O, with the info. He was an inspiration for this show. Coming up tomorrow, and we're going to be doing the spiritual roots of John the Baptist, or of Elijah the prophet Elijah and John the Baptist. Y'all ain't going to want to miss that. My pop said that he's been given a lot of revelation concerning these two brothers. And, you know, we're going to chop it up tomorrow about these two guys. You know what I'm talking about? So tap in and walk with us tomorrow night at 8 p.m., Spiritual Roots Sundays. And y'all know we're going to get straight to it. Y'all already know, man. What's up with y'all, though, man? How y'all been doing today? It was a beautiful afternoon today. A beautiful afternoon today. But, right, them Buckeyes, man. Hey, Michigan kicked Ohio State ass, man. You know, I don't even be into the football and shit like that, but I was watching the game with the homies, and I'm telling you, Ohio State got their ass kicked today, man. Michigan kicked their ass. And you know, the city's in the uproar right now, man. Let's just say that. Let's just say I can only imagine what campus is looking like right now. I can imagine what's going on campus right now. I know they down there wilding out. No Nick Cannon. You did. My city is known to, act a cold fool when Ohio State lose to Michigan. And anybody from my city already know what it is, man. They done sit up there, destroyed campus, setting trash cans on fire, flipping cars over. You know what I'm talking about? You would have thought it was the George Floyd riots or something, man. You understand me, man? Hit that like button, y'all. Click on the bell, subscribe to the page, man. Of course, share on your social engineering. I know everybody did, man. The good thing about not being a football fan head is I don't give a damn, right? I don't give a good goddamn if Ohio State lose every game they play, right? But what I do like about game day, especially when it's here in the city, whenever they're playing at the shoe, I just like to hang out with, all my guys, all my friends get together, my homies, chilling with each other, chop it up, watch this game, smoke good, eat good, drink good, and enjoy each other's company, man. That's the only reason why I like about the game. But as far as the game itself, I don't give a damn. Yeah, man. Y'all hearing what Cupcake's saying, man? Like, subscribe, share, support, all of that. You know what I'm talking about? Share on your social engineering. You know what I mean? Tell all your friends to tap in and walk with us. Yiddy. Yeah, I know a lot of y'all care, man. I'm looking up Facebook, man. I woke up from my nap because, after I fell asleep during the third quarter because I'm like, man, we over here smoking good, drinking good, eating pizza and shit. You know what I'm talking about? I cold passed out. Woke up to my timeline sad. You hear me? Sad. I'm talking about like your best friend just died, man. And not only did Michigan win, they kicked Ohio State's ass. Hey, man, you win some, you lose some, but you live to fight another day. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, it was comedy, man. And, I used to get a lot of flack like, damn, man, first, you don't look the book out. You the book out. Man, just listen here. I don't give a damn about the Buckeyes. You hear me? Not to that extent, anyway. But I'm pretty sure a lot of money was made today. 107,000 seats in the horseshoe. Every last one of them was sold out. Tickets going for like no less than 2,000 a piece. Oh, they ate. You hear me? Big boy ate. So, I can't knock the hustle. You know what I'm talking about? But how did y'all like last night's show, though, man? Man, Michigan kicked their ass. Not only did they just lose, man, they kicked their ass, man. They made Ohio State look like they ain't got no business being the number 2 team in the nation, man. You know what I'm talking about? They made Ohio State look bad today on home field, too, at the show. I could hear niggas in the joint right now, especially the Michigan, Detroit niggas. What are the type of Flint niggas? You know what I'm talking about? Oh my God, I can just imagine it, man. Funny as hell. Wreck. You hear me? Yeah, man. Y'all know what it is, man. Click on the bell, subscribe to the page, man. Hit that like button, man. Share on your social engineering, man. Tap in. We going in, man. I know a lot of y'all is probably privy to this situation right here. And I used to have a lot of respect for Tia MOWRY, right? versus her sister. Now, her sister, you know, you got the right to marry whoever you want to marry, man. If you know, if a guy's treating you right or a girl's treating you right, it really don't matter what race they are, what color their skin is. You know what I'm saying? Long as they add to your happiness, man, and you know what I'm saying, provide for you what you want out of a, you know what I mean, wife or husband or whatever the situation may be. Hey, man, you know, more power to you, man. I'm happy for you. If you happy, truly happy, I'm happy for you. But you know what I'm saying, when it comes to Tia, though, I was kind of just a little bit more proud of her because she kept it on the home team. And you know what I'm saying, and they just appeared to have such a strong bond. And I'm not saying that they didn't, though, but you know what I'm saying, clearly he didn't want the divorce. You know what I'm saying? Because if he wanted the divorce, he would have went public about it. You know, it would have made news and all that stuff. So, you know, this girl had the nerve to sit up here on the damn TV show and say she graduated from her marriage. As if you can do such a thing. Oh my God, graduated from my marriage. That sounds like straight whore talk right there to me, man. When I heard her say that, I said, like, she's a whore. Flat out. I don't care how I feel about that. After 14 years of marriage, 2 kids, this brought up and decides that she has graduated from her. I'm like, that's what I'm saying. Y'all just need to, for the most part, y'all need to just shut the hell up, man. Seriously, man. Y'all girls be sounding crazy. And be, you want to know, be real crazy about it to me? Y'all be grown as hell. Let me come up for this, man. Y'all be grown as hell. Grown ass women. I'm not talking about little young girls, man, in their early 20s, mid. Grown ass 30-plus-year-old women, man. I'm talking about the amounts of chicks just hurrah. Yeah, girl, we understand, girl. I feel you, girl. Terrible, man. Horrible. Also, he did leave her. Oh, I thought she left him. I must have read the article wrong. I could have sworn she said she left him, though, but I might be mistaken, man. I could have sworn she said she left him. All right. And this the nigga that pay a hella TV shows, man. All right, listen. I'm gonna read this article real quick. Not Ghislaine Maxwell spills the beans about Bill Clinton. Wow. All right. About a month after the announcement of their divorce in October, MOWRY stopped by today with Hold Agenda to talk about the awakening that led to the end of a 14-year marriage. I knew when I really started to focus on my happiness. Here we go with this shit. She reveals to the Today host, I feel like women, we tend to focus on everybody else's happiness, making sure that everybody else is okay, meaning our children, our friends, our family. Till you continue. But at the end of the day, it's about self-love. When you start to really work on yourself, love yourself, know your value, and know your worth, then all of a sudden there's this awakening. And it's not easy. It's a hard journey. But at the end of the day, I feel like it's so worth it. Shut up. That shit sound like some bullshit, man. That sounds like the thoughts of a whore. MOWRY went on to admit that going through the deaths of her grandmother and her twin sisters, Tamara Housley's niece, Elena Housley, were contributing factors that went to her decision, putting life into perspective. Wow. I feel like when I started to, again, like I said, focus on myself, but there was this sadness, she said, and I knew that life is short. And I had actually lost my grandmother. We had lost Elena Housley, and both of them at the same time. The actress continued, there was just an aha moment in me where I said, you know what? We need to tap in, see what's really going on with your happiness. Here we go with this fucking happiness shit, man. Life is short. Let's go. Let's start working on you and really focusing on what really matters here, which is at the end of the day, your peace, your joy, your happiness. Man, listen here, y'all, man. Another thing that helped MOWRY come to her difficult decision, therapy. Really? I was in therapy as well, she said. I'm a huge fan of therapy. It was all that together that gave me that aha moment. She still, despite their time together coming to an end, Tia is adamant about the fact that she doesn't look at her relationship with HARDRICT as a failure. My marriage was a success, she said. I look at it as like a curriculum when you're in college. See, look. Oh my God, man. Tia's sister, Tamara MOWRY Housley, also spoke about the divorce to Entertainment Tonight, gushing over how well her twin is handling the divorce. I told her, I said, Tia, I'm looking on your Instagram. This is the happiest you've been in a long time, she said. You are glowing. You look different, but in a positive way. Stop it. Tamara no good. Goddamn well she don't believe that shit. I bet you can't pay Tamara to leave her fucking husband. That'd be the worst decision she ever made in her life. All right. Tamara went on to add that she knows her sister's glows come from living her authentic, true self. I wonder what she meant by that. I told her, I'm so proud of you because you are showing other women and even men that you walk in your truth, and look what happens. She continued, no matter what. Look, I'm sick of this goddamn walking in your truth shit, man. She also praised her sister for being very, very strong and inspiring. So she's going to inspire Tamara to leave her husband. I guarantee you Tamara ain't about to leave her husband. Talk about when she fucking graduated from her goddamn marriage, man. What the hell? Right? Now let me point something out to y'all real quick, right? Let me point something out to y'all real quick, right? This broad just sit there and had the nerve to say. Oh, so he did leave her? See, now that he left her, so if he left her, this brings this into perspective a little bit more. This brings all of this into perspective, right? This is Tamara saying this to Tia. I told her, I'm so proud of you because you are showing other women, and hell, even men, that you walk in your truth. And look what happens, no matter what, right? Right? Living in your truth. Y'all remember we had a conversation about this already, man. Your truth, a truth, his truth, her truth. Only damn truth that matters is the truth, right? Her truth is fuckery. Because according to Cupcake, Corey HARDRICT left her. And, you know, I'm going to just say this. Us men don't normally typically leave our relationships, right? Now, I'm not saying that that's not necessarily a good or bad thing. I'm just saying it is what it is. Most dudes stay around when they should have been left. But seeing is that most of us men aren't quitters, we don't give up, especially when we messing with a chick who we really care about and we really invested in and we really want to be with, no matter what the situation between us may be, right? We ain't just going to up and leave. You hear me? In order for your man to leave you or your husband to divorce you, that means you done did some shit, man. Right? That means you done did some shit, some lascivious ass shit. You hear me? Some straight up bullshit. Because men don't typically leave their wives specifically, or their girls specifically, to be more exact, black men. Right? You did. You know, and I don't need to pull up no stats to prove that, because I can, but I don't need to. We know this to be a fact without looking at no goddamn stats from anywhere. We know this to be true. You know what I'm saying? We just sit up there and tough it out, try to figure things out, try to make it work. But y'all chicks though, man. She's a runner. She's a track star, right? I think. Oh, dude, I'm gonna play that song here in a minute, man. And don't think we don't know why y'all do this. Like I said, it's very rare that a man will leave his chick, let alone a husband will divorce his wife. You know what I'm saying? So when a man divorces his wife and decides to end the marriage, it's because you either doing something you ain't supposed to do, or you ain't doing something you're supposed to do, or a combination of the two, right? Because like I said, men don't typically leave their girls. Black men don't typically divorce their wives unless you did some, you know what I'm saying? Like unless you was doing something you wasn't supposed to be doing, or you wasn't doing something that you was. You hear me? And we can say this could go both ways, and that's very true indeed. You know, I'm not even gonna sit here and negate that. That's very true indeed. But when it comes to marriage, though, man, that's why I say marriage is for grown folks, man. You hear me? You know what I mean? And what it is a lot of chicks think they can be in a marriage, and you know, when things ain't going their way, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I guess maybe one of y'all chicks can come up here and speak on this. Vernon 85, what it do? Maybe one of y'all chicks can come up here and speak on this. But I from my experience, a lot of chicks get into these relationships and they think for some reason that they're going to dictate the relationship, or just going to go the way they want it to go. You know what I'm saying? Not understanding that long-term relationships, especially when you're dealing with a man, you hear me? Not one of these fuck niggas. You feel me? When you're dealing with a man, it's going to be real work. You know what I'm saying? Because when you get with a man, man, and this is what I be telling y'all chicks, man, y'all get with a man, the relationship is not going to go your way. Understand what I mean when I say that, y'all? When y'all get with a man who's on his purpose, in pursuit of his purpose, and making himself into the best version of himself that he's supposed to be and strives to be, understand when you get with that man, you have to get on his program. Your purpose and role in his life is to be there so he can better achieve what he has going on, right? A lot of y'all just don't get this because y'all have been indoctrinated with this modern demon time demonic bullshit, right? Which is y'all's choice to do, you know what I'm saying? But in the same turn, in the same turn, you know, secretly, and this is my experience, you know, I know this to be true to some extent. A lot of y'all chicks don't really want to be wives for real though, because y'all really don't want to do what's necessary to be that. You know what I'm saying? You know, especially I'm not talking about this, and I'm talking about when you're dealing with certain type of guys. Especially guys who are, like I say, pursuing their purpose and on their purpose. XL Pro, what's good, bro? Well, my man Vernon 85 says, my uncle said, Vernon, marriage ain't nothing but a title. It don't mean anything. It don't mean anything. That's what Unc told you, man. And that's the crazy part about it, y'all, because marriage is supposed to mean something. It's a holy union between you and a woman, man, coming together, man, to make a family. That's a beautiful thing, man, when it's done right, when it's the right way. But if it's not ordained by the Most High, man, listen here what I'm telling y'all, man. It's going to be bound to drizzle. You hear me? Now, but that doesn't mean that it has to be a special situation. What I'm saying is two people can get together and they may be incompatible on some levels, though. But if they keep the Most High at the center of the relationship, I guarantee you that relationship will work out beautifully. So just think about that as you enter into a relationship with somebody, or currently in a relationship with somebody, or just got out of a relationship with somebody. Was the Most High at the center of y'all's relationship? Was y'all following the proper order and structure? Probably not. More than likely, that's why it didn't work out. Right? But when it comes to these two right here, man, and don't get this wrong, I'm no relationship expert and guru, man. I'm just speaking on this from a man's perspective. And you know what I mean? Now that I know the information that this dude Corey left her, now I'm very curious as to why. And I'm gonna tell you what I'm pretty much going to tell you what it is. Because for the most part, most of y'all chicks, y'all all the same. Now, don't get all your panties in the bunch. I ain't say all of y'all. I said most of y'all, right? And nowadays, you know, we got this whole independent woman partner equal to a man or my man. We're building together. You hear me? This 50-50 thing. You know what I'm talking about? And this is having an effect on the psyche of y'all, man, because y'all seeing this culture being promoted in the way it is. You know, this thought culture, this sexually liberated culture. You know, yeah, man. And you know, that inner thought, man. That inner thought that's been tucked away and hiding for 14 years started to rear its ugly head. You know what I'm talking about? And Corey wasn't having it. Maybe. Allegedly. Right? Right? Graduated from her. I wonder what Tia just sit up there and did, man, to make her husband leave her, man. She had to do some shit, man. And at this point, without knowing anything further, me personally anyway, I don't know, maybe y'all have been looking into this or following these guys and maybe know what's going on, but you know what I'm saying? I can only imagine the things that a woman could possibly have done over the course of 14 years to cause your husband to divorce you. Right? So versus, listen, and this is the funny part about this situation now, right? Versus her being open and upfront and honest about what led up to her husband leaving her, she just says she graduated from her marriage. Nah, bitch, your husband divorced you, man. That's why you're not married no more. Right? You're not married no more because your husband divorced you. The question is why? And cui bono? Who benefits? The two kids don't benefit. You know, they're being robbed or denied the privilege of having a two-parent home structure, man. Now things are going to be different. Because as y'all see from Tia's Instagram post and Twitter post and all TikToks and all of that, man, you know, she going motherfucking goddamn it crazy, man. It's like she couldn't wait to return to the streets. You feel me? When my man Uncle Diggity say, I bet her skill set was little to none. Couldn't hide behind that show money when it came time to be a wife. She got tired of feeling inadequate. Right? Right? She's sitting here seeing all her friends going on girls' trips. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? She got tired of feeling inadequate. And that's what I be saying about some of these chicks, man. Some of these chicks is just goddamn crazy, man. Inadequate. How? Right? How? Happy wife, miserable life. You know what I'm talking about? And that's what it was, man. Because when I think about Tia and Tamara, man, sister. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? You know that bread running show. I just said that. When the last time you seen some reruns of Sister being aired anywhere? You hear me? That ship has sailed and sunk many years ago. It's over with. Right? If I had a day, little man of knowledge, man. You feel me? And you know what I'm saying? She's she's used to being Tia MOWRY, half of Sister fame. You know, she done made some money for herself up to one point, and you know, they had some notoriety and some fanfare, and you know, at one time was A-list celebrities. But now that their stars are fading and they have got into normal life, so to speak, Tamara seems to be doing very well. You know, do they still got that show called what was it called they had with Lonnie Love and all of them? What was that little show called? Not 101, but not Sister. What was the name of that show that Tamara was on with Lonnie Love and Adrian Bailon and Tamar Braxton? What was that show called? The Real. Yeah, The Real, right? She was on that show, The Real. Didn't they take that show off the... Hold on, man. Did they take that show off the air? Oh, no, it's still on. Oh, no, it is off the air. Yeah, I knew it. I know I wasn't tripping. June 3rd this year. They took that weak ass show off the air. Yeah, The Real. That's what it's called. They took that shit off the air. That weak ass show. I used to watch that shit. I was in a joint. That show was terrible. You hear me? So she seems to have been able to fade into obscurity. You know what I'm saying? When her show came to an end. But Tia though, right? Tia was used to that notoriety. When she first got with Corey Hardrict, who's also we would consider Corey Hardrict a C-list actor. Let's just be honest, and we ain't no hating shit or nothing like that. We're just gonna say what it is. Name one movie you seen him play in, right? And yeah, he's a C-list actor at best. You feel me? And she probably thought upon getting with him that he was an actor, but he wasn't an actor on her level. So she probably kind of had a little bit of leverage in the marriage when they first got together. It was kind of like, you know, she probably was thinking going in that I'm an actor, he's an actor. We're going to be able to figure out this and that, and then that. But then as she got with him, he probably was saying like this dude probably was wanting her to be a wife. You know what I'm saying? And attend to her wifely duties. And all of that, I'm Tia MOWRY from Sister shit go out the door when it comes to being a wife. And I could only imagine if he left her, that had something to do with it. Right? Now let's listen to this, man. Let's listen to this right here. This is the interview right here.
You look amazing. I love this audience. So amazing. You got the DJ here. It's like a party in here.
Party. How you doing?
I am doing well. Thank you so much for asking. I'm doing good.
We're so happy you're here. We just had your sister.
I know.
We love her.
Yeah. And I love her too. I just talked to her I talked to her 2 days ago.
Mm-hmm. She is. So do you all feel like you're each other's kind of North Star? Does it still feel that way?
Oh, yes, definitely. I mean, she's like my best friend. I feel like she's like really my life partner when it comes to life. You know what I mean? She's always just right by my side. So I love you.
You know, there's so many.
Man, that shit was fake as hell, man. Oh my God, man. That show was absolutely trash. Trash. Oh, let me kill what my Joe Button me. Trash. She used to be wrecked watching us in the joint. Let's go, man. Listen to this damn girl, man.
You're at an interesting stage or phase in your life, Tia, and you've spoken about this, so we're comfortable asking you about it. But you and your husband, like a lot of couples, decided that it was better to be lived, your life's better lived apart than together.
Yes.
How did you know that it was time?
That's a really good question.
To take that route?
Now, according to Cupcake, they didn't decide to break up. And this is how I know it's some shit to this shit, right? And this brings point to a lot of stuff we be talking about, right? They're saying that what's the word I'm looking for here, man? The narrative is that they decided mutually that they didn't want to be with each other anymore. But according to Cupcake, and I'm going to take Cupcake's word for it, nah, he left her. And they're just trying to make her look good by saying that they both decided that they had outgrown their marriage, as if it's something that's possible, right? And I'm not saying that it isn't. I'm just saying, is it? You know, I would like to think that you wouldn't outgrow your marriage. I think that you would evolve in your marriage together. But if you are evolving individually, then that lets you know right there that you wasn't with the right person off top. And it probably was a lot of clues leading up to getting married that showed you that you probably shouldn't pursue this situation, right? And just like Cupcake said, he left her. You know, he left her. So the question has to remain is why? Let's listen to this girl, though. Try to explain this shit.
I knew when I really started to focus on my happiness.
I want to stop it right there, man. Ladies, when you get married, here we go. Here we go. Ladies, when y'all get married, your happiness goes out the window. Now, I know that sounds crazy, man, right? And a lot of people will argue this and debate this, right? And you know, you got the right to do that. But when it comes to marriage, that's why I say proper order and structure, God, man, woman, child. In that structure is no mention of happiness. But there's more to it than that, though. See, a lot of y'all hear that and get all in y'all's feelings. But in all actuality, happiness is very subject, right? Who determines what happiness is? And upon getting with somebody, especially for long-term reasons, is like a marriage, shouldn't you already be happy anyway? And throughout the process of being married to somebody, what could contribute to you putting your happiness above the family, as if your happiness is more important than the structure of the family? Right? Lance Parker, what it do, man? What my man Uncle Diggity say? Two people that are not committed to making it work, that's the only way you can outgrow your marriage. Exactly. Two people who aren't committed to making it work, or one person who's not willing to cooperate to make it work, or not one person who's not committed to making it work. Right? And I know a lot of things going through a lot of people's head right now. Well, what if this and what if that, man? Fuck all of that, man. We ain't doing the what ifs, man. We ain't doing the what aboutery. We speaking on what the union is supposed to be in its proper order and structure, as in reference to what she's talking about. Now, this is what I'm saying. And this reason why, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you already know, Uncle Diggy, man. And this is the reason why I'm saying, man, nowadays, this is why dudes is shying away from getting married, man, when they see situations like this. You know what I'm talking about? And then, like I say, this is some fuckery involved. Because like I said, Cupcake said he left her. So if he left her, but the narrative is being displayed as if it was a mutual thing, right? Like how, and this is what I'm saying. Y'all be seeing these girls come on these platforms talking about that. When they ask what happened between you and your ex, well, we decided that we just went get. Nah, that's not how it goes, man. And I want y'all chicks to think about that when y'all like say you meeting a new dude, right? And this ain't no relationship advice. This is how I'm speaking on this perspective as a man and how men think and what we be thinking and all that stuff. So don't get it misconstrued. I'm telling you, when you meet a new dude and the subject or topic of your ex happens to come up, and ask a question upon conversing. So what happened between you and your ex, right? You know what I'm saying? And you say, well, we decided that, things just wasn't working out between us and we just decided to go our separate way. Y'all got to understand that when you tell a nigga that, listen here, man, when you tell a real motherfucker like myself some shit like that, a critical thinking person who listens to more what you're not saying than what you're actually saying, when I hear that, I automatically put you in the category of bullshit suspect broad. Because that's not how it happens. You just don't mutually agree to, like, you know what? That's not how it happens, man. Not saying that it's impossible. I'm saying that it doesn't happen at all, ever. I'm just saying that's not the norm, and we both know that. We have to be mature, and we have to be willing to come to a consensus and agree, right, that for the most part, although there's rare occasions where two people realize that their relationship isn't growing in whatever way they don't feel or think it is for the mutual benefit of both of them together, and they decide to go their separate ways and they're still all right with each other, or don't even interact with each other, but they're cool and it's a mutual thing and ain't no hard feelings. I mean, we're not saying that doesn't happen, but it happens so little that it's almost not worth mentioning. So with that being said, the overwhelmingly mass majority of the time when people break up, it's not a mutual thing. It wasn't a mutual agreement. Something happened or somebody was feeling a certain type of way because they felt that they wasn't getting what they felt they need to be getting. Right? So we ain't gonna sit up here and be like, nah, man. Her husband left her, which typically doesn't happen. So that means she did something or didn't do something. Flat out. Right? And this is what we talking about when we talking about this whole ideology of this whole modern shit, right? And Cupcake is right. Marriage is so beautiful, ladies and gentlemen, if, and I'm going to say when, it's ordained. It's a beautiful thing. That's how it's supposed to be, right? But you got to think, for a man to want to leave his wife, which means leave his family structure, right? That men, like I say, men don't typically just up and leave their relationship, their marriages like that. So, I don't know exactly what it is, but I'm just going to surmise as a man that it had to be something going on within the household to where this man got to his wits' end. He just was like, you know what? This is not working no more. Or I'm tired of trying to make this work. Because like we say, men don't typically leave. We typically want to stick it out. You hear me? Try to make things work. Do whatever is necessary to make things work. But soon as chicks get unhappy, soon as they're not happy anymore, that's when the relationship goes out the door. Right? See, this is what y'all got to understand, ladies, man. Right? When y'all get with a man who's on his purpose, right? You get with a man who's on his purpose, right? You may come third, maybe even fourth in his life. You'll never be number one, ever. You're dealing with a man who's on his purpose. These are just some certain things that you as a woman have to be willing to accept. But in exchange for accepting that, you will be given everything that you need as a woman and want. Now, what it is that you think you want versus what you need, right? Especially when children get involved. It ain't about your happiness no more. It's not about what you want anymore, right? Or wrong. You know, my happiness, my truth. Sounds very selfish to me, right? I thought when it comes to a family structure, the most important thing is to take care of the children, right? Not your happiness. And let's say, why are you not happy? This is why we say, she's talked about therapy. Why are you not happy? And this is something that I think needs to be discussed amongst y'all chicks, because a lot of y'all chicks is unhappy for some reason. Y'all got to figure out why y'all ain't happy, right? And I'm telling y'all 9 times out of 10, the reason why you're not happy is because you got some unresolved childhood issues that you never really addressed, on top of dealing with different dudes over a period of time, like most of y'all have. You hear me? And this makes it very difficult for y'all to have successful relationships because y'all don't do the proper work. And this is for some guys too. Y'all don't do the proper work on yourself, right? And clearly with Tia, she needed to do some work. So what was the purpose of her getting married to him in the first place, man?
I feel like women, we tend to focus on everybody else's happiness, making sure that everybody else is okay, meaning our children.
But see, that's the crazy part about that, lady, because that's what y'all supposed to do. That's your job as a wife and a mother, is to make sure you nurture and take care of your children. That alone should make you happy. Why is that not sufficient enough? That should be enough to make you happy. So why do you want more happiness? What's really going on here? What's really going on here, ladies? Seriously. Is not being a wife and a mother enough to make you endlessly happy? Right? And now we're going into a whole nother direction with this, right? And we got to focus on everybody else's happiness. No, you're not supposed to be focused on other people's happiness. You can't make somebody happy. That's another thing a lot of y'all chicks fuck up at, thinking y'all can make somebody happy, even your children. You don't make your children happy. You instill happiness into them. You understand the difference? There's nothing I could do to make you happy. You have to already be that. You have to be willing to do what is necessary to make sure you are happy, because it's no one else's responsibility to make sure you're happy. That is your responsibility and your responsibility alone. So what we're really talking about when you sit up here and hear these chicks say, I'm not happy, what I hear y'all saying is, I have issues going on with inside of myself that I have not resolved, stemming from my childhood, and I'm bringing them here, right? And those things that I've experienced that I suppressed, regressed, they're starting to come surface again. And I don't know how to handle it now that I'm in the situation I am with you. Right? So rather do the work that is necessary to really have a meaningful, successful relationship, right? She's a runner. She's a track star. Even after 14 years, right? 14 years, man. Uncle Diggity, hold on. My phone charging, Uncle Diggity, man. Give me a couple minutes, and I'll let you know when you can call in, brother. Real talk, though, man. And listen here. I want to be clear. I want to be clear with y'all. I'm not spitting no relationship advice. I'm merely giving you the perspective of a man when it comes to getting into relationships with women. This ain't me saying like telling women what they should do as a woman. I'm telling you to do. I'm telling you when it comes to us men, this is how we thinking. And if you was to listen to the men, it would more than likely improve your relationships with men by listening to men about men, not listening to each other, especially if y'all ain't married successfully and happily. And I guarantee you, any happily, successfully woman married will tell you her husband does not make her happy. I guarantee you she's not going to tell you that her husband makes her happy. She probably will tell you that being a wife to her husband makes her happy. Being what she's supposed to be to her husband makes her happy. Being a mother to her children makes her happy, and that's enough. Why is not being a mother to your children and a husband to your a wife to your husband not sufficient enough to give you insurmountable happiness, everlasting happiness? I'm gonna tell you why. Because capital G, capital O, capital D wasn't at the base of that relationship, or a false sense thereof was. Right? You hear me? You understand what I'm saying? Let's go back to the interview.
Meaning, our children, our friends, our, family. But at the end of the day, it's about self-love. And when you start to really work on yourself, love yourself, know your value, know your worth, and then all of a sudden there's this awakening.
See, that's bullshit right there. Right? That's bullshit right there, man. See, you're supposed to have all of that shit taken care of before you get into a relationship with some goddamn body. Right? Let's play that back.
It's about self-love. And when you start to really work on yourself, love yourself, know your value, know your worth, and then all of a sudden there's this awakening.
So y'all supposed to be doing all of that before you get with a dude, right? And what a lot of us do, us men included, what we do is before we get proper healing, we'll enter into another relationship with a chick or with a dude, knowing that we ain't did the proper things we supposed to do. Now, I'm going to speak for this when it comes to us men. You hear me? It doesn't affect us in the same way as it do y'all. You hear me? Not saying we're not affected, just not in the way that y'all are. Men, we're not really emotional creatures, meaning that we're not governed or ruled by our emotions. You know what I'm saying? So it's not saying that we don't have feelings or nothing though, but it'd be a little bit more easier for us to get over a relationship than it is for y'all. But nowadays, due to the femininity of these fuck niggas around nowadays, that could be argued. But for the most part, men tend to, not that we're not affected by a breakup, but when we tend to get over it a little bit. We don't be as emotionally attached as women do. I think that's a fair thing to say, right? And with that being said, meaning that we can get on, you know what I'm saying, with our lives and go on to mess with other chicks, and the residue from previous relationships won't bleed into that, especially when we're in the purpose of doing what we're doing. We're in the pursuit of our purpose and focusing on that. You know what I'm saying? We just are able to be more resilient, so to speak, when it comes to that. Meaning that we can recover from it a little bit more quicker and efficiently than y'all do. Right? My man Uncle Diggity say, listen to what she said though. Listen to what she said though. Those are the things she stopped doing in her marriage, and that caused her to want to leave. I bet her husband never told her to stop doing the things she stopped. Exactly. That's my whole thing. Talking about some her happiness. Let's run that back.
And it's funny, but at the end of the day, it's about self-love. And when you start to really work on yourself, love yourself, know your value, know your worth, and then all of a sudden there's this awakening. And it's not easy.
But listen though, and I'll keep stopping it right there, because being a mother and a wife, that's not sufficient to know to let you know your value. You're a mother. You got 2 children. That's a representation of your value right there. You got 2 children you have to look over and raise. And you have a husband who's on his purpose, actively pursuing it and being somewhat successful at it. What more could you ask for? And that's the whole thing, man. And I'm glad you keep emphasizing on that, Cupcake. He left her. So what I'm saying is, all this shit we hearing is a facade. It looks fake. I'm seeing right through it. Tia, what did you do?
It's a hard journey, but at the end of the day, I feel like it is so worth it. So
yeah, wow.
Just look at all the girls. Look at all. Listen to all these chicks just to cheering in the audience. Yeah, man. Talk to him, Lance Parker. You don't graduate from a marriage. You drop out of a marriage. You don't graduate from a relationship. You quit a relationship. You wasn't willing to do what's necessary to make it work, man. Flat out. And that's not saying that you're a bad person or you're an evil person, but that's just a representation of you wasn't willing to stick at the relationship to actually make it work. And oftentimes, y'all, when the chicks decide to leave these relationships, they actually are relationships that are very fixable, very much so, when you think about it on a grand scheme of things, very much so worth putting the effort in to save. But it just gets to a point to where I think personally this chicks just get lazy and don't want to actually put in that work when you actually meet that person, that man who's going to challenge you to be the woman that you profess to be. Just like on the other end. Men, when y'all get with a chick who puts you in a situation where you have to be the man that you say you are, the man you profess to be. What my man Uncle Diggity say? That speaks to the wanting to be right. Them ladies ought to be ashamed of themselves applauding that mess. Exactly. No fault divorce, alimony, winning the custody battle at 80% rate. Women get rewarded for destroying the family. Exactly. You feel me? Get rewarded for that shit. But keep in mind, y'all, this dude left her. We're just getting told the story and getting the narrative pushed to us as if it was a mutual agreement, when in all actuality, he left her. Right? And this is a representation of a huge problem, and especially the so-called Black community, right? Back in the day, Granny and Grandpa stuck together, man. No matter what was going on, unless it was a situation to where, it was like very dire, like, like extreme physical abuse and, just outright disrespect, then that's different. You know what I mean? And that's a case-by-case situation. But for the most part, most of the things that when women be in these relationships and they feel like they just tired of being in a relationship for whatever reason, it really ain't got nothing to do with the relationship not being salvageable. It ain't got nothing to do with the relationship not working. I mean, it's just not working for them, meaning that they're unhappy, which means there's something going within them, right? It could be a lot of things. But I think it has a lot to do with our modern society And it has a lot to do with the sexual freedom liberation movement, feminism, sexual women rights, women being made to think through the perception, manipulation through the social engineering, and I think is the indoctrination of that, man. Mr. O was good. I think that's what it is, man. This whole women are equal to men, and all this just out of structure and out of order. I think this has permeated into the psyche of women, especially Western women, so to speak. And it's contributing to a very ill perception of what an actual family is, what the actual proper order and structure is, I mean to say, right? You hear me, Cupcake? Really? You hear me? We need to stand by our men and support. If they not beating on us or verbal abusing us, stand. You know what I'm talking about? That's a fact. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna tell y'all what I really think it is for real. And I'm pretty sure most of my homies gonna agree with me on this too. I think chicks just get tired. They are influenced by their environment. They see the societal view of what happiness should be or look like. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my brother Project Leroy in the building, man. Click on the bell, man. Subscribe to the page. Smash that like button and share this on your social engineering. We going in, man. I want some of y'all ladies to come up here and speak on this, man. Right? Exactly. Like I say, through the advents of sexual freedom revolution, sexual liberation, women's rights, feminism, and all that bullshit, all this 50-50 equality, you know what I'm saying? Women being allowed to do the things that men do is totally done on purpose and has destroyed the structure that the Most High set in place, man. Right? Let's finish listening to this chick, man.
First of all, you could hear the people saying yes in here. People at home are sitting thinking like, I feel this because marriage is hard.
It takes a lot of work.
And it also takes a lot of guts to know when you need to change something.
Yes, it really does.
It takes a lot of courage to say, this isn't working.
Yeah.
Was there a moment where you knew I have to do something different?
Yes, I feel like when I started to, again, like I said, focus on myself, but there was this sadness. And I knew that life is short. I had actually, lost my grandmother. We had lost Elena Housley, and both of them at the same time. There was just an aha moment in me where I said, you know what? You need to tap in, see what's really going on with your happiness. Life is short. Let's go. Let's start working on you and really focusing on what really, really matters here, which is at the end of the day, your peace, your joy, and your happiness.
Okay, so let's just stop right there, y'all. All right. And I'm gonna play it back real quick. Listen to what this girl said.
Let's go. Let's start working on you and really focusing on what really, really matters here, which is at the end of the day, your peace, your joy, and your happiness. So
this lady this listen here, y'all, man. This chick is a mother and a wife and sat up here on national TV and said the most important thing being a mother and a wife is her happiness, her joy, her peace. That is very selfish because that is absolutely not the most important thing as being a mother and a wife. It's absolutely not. Right? Who disagrees? Ladies? Right? Who disagrees with that? You hear me? I'm going to go ahead and do this right here, man. All the time. That's why I say y'all don't need to be listening to each other, because y'all are not going to keep it real with each other, man. And that's sad. That's very sad. One thing I can say about us men, and I'm not one of these guys who, men are better than women and women are not, blah, 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 blah. Nah, I realize the importance of men. I realize the importance of women. I know proper order and structure and how things are supposed to go. You know what I'm talking about? And that's what I advocate for, man. I'm not one of these guys that sit up here. Y'all know y'all niggas be, some of y'all dudes. And I'm not saying, I'm just saying, Yeah, but women lie. Y'all lie to each other. One thing I can say about us men, we ain't going to perk to each other. We ain't going to do that. We're going to keep it 100 with each other, man. Like, bro, go home. You hear me? Y'all will sit up there and lie to each other, man, and give each other the absolute worst advice you could possibly ever imagine giving them, thinking you putting them up on some game, and you absolutely are not. As a mother and a wife, the most important thing in your life is not your happiness, your joy, or your peace. It absolutely is not. Let's talk about it, Cupcake. See, it runs deep. She picked him up when he had nothing going on at the bus stop, right? She got insecure when he got his money up and she couldn't control. Exactly, Cupcake. Exactly. He was a man on his purpose. And she seen that. She seen the potential. But at her being at the status she was, upon getting together with him, she had probably some level of control being the popular person that she was. But as he began to get on his purpose and develop into the man that she seen he was developing to, right? And this is all just me speculating right here. I don't know this to be true, but I'm pretty sure this is probably something to do with it. You know what I'm saying? She began to think like, oh, I have to be a wife now. I have to be a mother now. I have to get under this man's authority and leadership. Marriage is not 50-50. Marriage isn't about equality. Nothing in them vows that the Most High made said anything about equality. And I always bring up the Most High because y'all bring up the Most High. Y'all be always want to talk about some what God got for me is for me. Nah, sometimes what God got for you ain't just for you. Sometimes, let me come up for this. Sometimes what God got for you is for everybody else, and it ain't for you at all. How about that? Not for you in the aspect of what most people think when they say what God, that's a very selfish thing to say too. What God has for me, he has for me. Nah. Sometimes what God has for you is for the benefit of others and not necessarily for the benefit of you. I wonder how many of y'all think about that. Many are called, few are chosen. Don't y'all understand that the few of us who have been called, do y'all think that this is what we decided? Y'all think we woke up one day and said, I want to be a person that do a certain thing and have to go extreme amounts of scrutiny upon fulfilling this task. Yes, pick me. That's not how it happened most of the time, y'all, man. You did. Project Leroy says she wanted to lead the relationship and therefore, exactly, Project Leroy. Women, y'all are not designed to lead men, right? And once y'all get in a relationship with a man who allows you to lead, you'll find that you don't even want to be with that dude. And then it works in both ways too, because then y'all get with a man who you realize you're going to have to lead. Or should I say you get into a relationship with a man who you're going to have to follow his lead because he's a man. Y'all might rebel against that because y'all have been indoctrinated with this independent mindset as if you don't need a man. Right? When Mr. O, she was supposed to rock with him when he came up and fall back and let him shine, be a wife. Exactly, Cupcake. No, she wanted to be the star. She's Tia from she's Tia Mowry, right? She's Tia Mowry from Sister Sister, famous 90s sitcom, right? One half of the Mowry sisters. That shit went to her head. See, this is why I say y'all women are not designed to be in lead. You're not designed to be in authority of or over or to be guiding and leading nobody, because most 9 times out of 10, when given authority and leadership, especially over men, women, that shit will go to y'all's head, and y'all do not know how to handle it because y'all wasn't designed to be in authority over or lead men ever in any situation. That is out of proper order and structure. Y'all not even physically equipped to lead men, let alone mentally or spiritually. Exactly, Project Leroy. There's a reason why God chose the man to lead and the woman to follow. Exactly. It's a reason for that. God doesn't even talk to women anyway. We say God doesn't even talk to anyway. God, man, woman, child. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. He said women blew that chance when Eve ate the fruit. Me, not us or ours. My happiness, my joy, my peace, not our happiness, not our joy, not our peace, not our children's joy, our children's happiness, our children's peace. The only thing that matters, the most important thing in my life is my happiness, my joy, my peace. That is very selfish for a woman who's a wife and mother to say on public platform like the Today Show. I think you say you gotta watch out for those mixed chicks too. Let's get back to her.
I would say that, and I was in therapy as well. Yeah. I'm a huge fan of therapy. So
she said, "I'm a huge fan of therapy, as if it's a sport or like it's a spectator sport you could just watch and have a love and affinity for." Like, yeah, I'm a big fan of therapy. Like, yeah, man, this chick is batshit crazy.
It was all of that, together that gave me that, aha moment.
What were you the most afraid of stepping in? Because you're stepping in. Because some people, when you say, "Oh, my husband and I are going our separate ways," they go, "Oh no, oh, that's sad." But you see this as
a celebration.
A celebration.
I really do. I look at it as, one of my friends, she sent this beautiful letter to me from a woman who got a divorce, and it's all about, this perspective, in my opinion.
See, women, y'all sit up here and support each other in y'all's failures, man. Y'all support each other in y'all's collective failure. Men, we don't do that. We hold each other accountable. Nigga, get on your shit. What is you doing, bruh? You fucking around, bruh. Tighten up. Don't lighten up. Nah, that's bullshit, bruh. We ain't gonna let you go out like that, bro. We're gonna hold you accountable, bro. Women, y'all don't do that to each other. Y'all will celebrate, congratulate each other in y'all's fuckery and bullshit and y'all's failures. Women, understand. If you are married and you divorce or your husband leaves you, that is a failure. That is a big L. That is not a win. It's not a congratulation. It's not a graduation. It's actually a flunking. Right? It's failure. You blew it. Flat out. Supposed to make that shit work out somehow, some way. You hear me? Figure that shit out. Type of example y'all set for the children, man. Get back to this goofy ass broad, man.
Opinion and just changing the narrative. My marriage was a success. Yeah. I look at it as like a curriculum when you're in college or.
No, and no. Did y'all hear what this broad just said, man? This is why I say it don't matter what y'all think, because y'all say stupid shit that y'all think sounds slick, that you think sounds intelligence. inspirational. Y'all be saying shit that y'all think is educated and actually makes sense. That shit sounds stupid as fuck. Her marriage was a success. It's over with. How's it a success? A successful marriage is one that ends until both of y'all die. Or should I say, a successful marriage is the one that ends when both of y'all or one of y'all die and your children grow up to be successful, productive, rational, peaceful, loving human beings. And it'll be very successful if y'all somehow come together, work through all the bullshit, and create a way of establishing generational wealth for your children so they ain't got to go work for nobody else. They can live off of the earnings that you and your husband, or should I say your husband, built as you sit there and contributed to helping him do that as a wife and a mother. That is what a successful marriage is. Your husband divorcing you or your wife divorcing you, that's not success. But see, us men, we don't look as breakups and relationships as success. We don't look at divorce as a success. That is a complete and total failure. And almost 9 times out of 10, the man is going to be way more fucked when the relationships end than the woman is, whether it be marriage or just a long time relationship. 9 times out of 10, the men stand to losing the most. If you with a chick for a long time and the relationship doesn't work out, 9 times out of 10, you're going to take the most losses as a man, just like in a marriage. 9 times out of 10, when the marriage goes awry and it's a divorce, 9 times out of 10, the man is the one who's going to get royally fucked with the alimony and the child support and the allocating of his finances that he done worked his hard life, all his life to build up. If he made himself successful through a business or working for some corporation and working his way up the corporate ladder. This is why marriage is not looking lucrative to guys, especially guys on their purpose and getting their shit together. It's not looking like something that they want to do, especially with modern women in America, specifically black women. This is why you got dudes being passport bros. This is why you got dudes going overseas to get chicks from overseas and all that crazy stuff. Or dudes just opting all the way out just to say, fuck it, I ain't even thinking about getting married. I'm going to just play my game. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to just sit here, get my money, make myself more successful than I already am, focus on my purpose, and I'm going to just smash and dash. I'm going to just smash these bras when I feel like it. That's why dudes be on what they be on. Yeah, you can tell she making it up. You can tell she perping, man. You know, I know this, man. I know this, man. I know proper order and structure, man. 90% of the time, hold on. 90% of the time, the man has to pay out a divorce. Hence, the divorce laws here suck. Exactly. 9 times out of 10, that's why guys don't be wanting to get divorced, man. When they marry, they don't be wanting to break up their family. Crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, let me see what the phone looking like, man. Uncle Diggity, so my nigga Uncle Diggity can call in, man. Yeah, we fully charged up. We charged up. Hey, man, y'all see that? Y'all see that joint with that little white boy who calling himself some pimping named Kelpie, man? Oh my God, man. That shit have me weak as hell, man. Yeah, exactly. Fucking irreconcilable differences and shit like that. Yeah, man. What it is, man, and I blame it a lot on social engineering, y'all. Let me tell you why I say that. I blame it a lot on social engineering, right? A lot of people in general have all been affected by social engineering to some degree, but females especially, I've noticed, and I understand why, is because social engineering tugs at your emotional heartstrings. Social engineering is designed to get you emotionally involved, and this is why, you know what I'm saying, it's another reason why it's added to the delusion of y'all women, because y'all are emotional more so than we are. So y'all are more susceptible to sync and link with this social engineering emotionally. You understand what I'm saying? And I say that to say, when y'all look at social engineering and y'all see the, you know what I'm saying, y'all see all the young girls on there. So y'all see the, y'all see the how the our whole society is being sexually driven. You know what I'm saying? And y'all see this whole ideology of being a hot girl, thought culture, independent, don't. There we go again, man. All of this stuff is being promoted through the social engineering, and it's having an effect on women, specifically, especially because it's syncing and linking with y'all emotionally. Understand what I'm saying? So when y'all look on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, whatever it is, you get in this sense of reality, false sense of reality at that, being projected and promoted to you in the aspect of relationships between men and women, right? And y'all being promoted or being manipulated with this ideology that being also at the same time being told you don't need a man, you're being told that you're equal to a man. And the societal structure has been set up to where illusory in aspect, y'all can become men, psychological transgenderism, and y'all can be equal with man financially, not physically though, right? All at the same time, not understanding that in order to become a certain type of woman that you have been indoctrinated, manipulated into becoming, in the process, you're going to lose everything that makes you a woman. And y'all got to understand on another level why this is being done. Like I say, why is it being done? And two, cui bono? Who benefits from the masculizing of women? Who benefits from that? Exactly. Using all women, but specifically, especially Black women, because Black women have been subjected to a certain level of trauma, a certain type of trauma, right? That other groups of women in the Western world anyway have not been subject to. I want y'all to think about that. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? All right, it's cool. I had to switch to my phone. I don't know what the hell happened, man. I don't know what's going on, man. And I'm gonna cut my computer on and off, and we're gonna shut him down and start him back up here in a second. But yeah, I don't know I don't know y'all know how it is with this internet stuff, man. It be working when they want to work. And I'm gonna just let the computer chill out for a second, man. And I'm gonna start it back up here in a second. But y'all already know what it is, man. Hit that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page, man. Share on your social engineer, man. I have to switch to the phone real quick. It's a good thing I got him charged up too. You know what I mean? But yeah, though, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna start the computer back up here in a minute because I want to play the rest of that interview. Really ain't no need to play the rest of that interview for real, for real. You know what I'm talking about? So what y'all think about this, man? You know what I'm saying? Because this is evident of a lot of things, man. Evident of a lot of things, man. Hold on real quick, y'all. All right. Yeah, man. Hit that like button. Click on the bell. Subscribe to the page. Share on your social engineering, of course. You know what I'm talking about? Smash that like button, man. You hear me? Yeah, this story is crazy for real, man. As you know, the very fact that it's so many chicks sitting up here applauding and parading this, man, this is evident that a lot of chicks, you know what I'm saying, think just like Tia, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Being in similar situations. You know what I mean? Y'all think this is what I'm saying. When you get in a relationship, ladies, with a man, and I'm not, like I said, this ain't no relationship advice. This is just advice as far as being involved with a man. You know what I'm saying? When you get in a relationship with a man, you got to get on his program, man, not the other way around. You got to get on that you got to follow his leadership and his guidance, man. Y'all chicks be wanting dudes to follow y'all's leadership and y'all's guidance, or y'all want to be able to, nah, it don't work like that, man. And then y'all like you know what I'm saying, with the whole thing with allowing women to work in certain areas, certain industries, corporate structure and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? This stuff has caused a lot of disruption and confusion. You know what I'm saying? It's messed up the proper structure and order of things, so to speak. You know? Now that y'all been sexually liberated and got feminism and women's rights and this whole equal thing, you know, the whole, like I say, y'all been y'all been mind fucked into thinking that things are supposed to go a certain way, right? Go to college, pursue this career, and all the meanwhile, it's not a woman's purpose to be a CEO. Understand what I'm saying when I say that. Not saying that you can't be a CEO. Not saying that you don't have the ability to be a CEO. I'm saying you weren't designed to do that. Positions in corporations or in government or wherever that can successfully balance being that. Because it's not designed for y'all to do that. He said more like sexually liberated. Oh, man, Project Leroy, you funny as hell. Right, and that's where this whole thing is at. This is how the whole structure and the whole order has been corrupted. Right, women, y'all not supposed to be sitting on chair boards of companies, man. That's not what y'all designed to do. Like I say all the time, being a boss, bitch, man, being a boss, y'all try to feminize it by saying a boss. No, man, being a boss, being around groups of men making very important decisions, that's not that's not what women were designed to do. That's why y'all not good at it. That's why there's not one Fortune 100, 200, or 500 company. Or I'm gonna say that's why there's not one Fortune 100 or 200 company that the woman is a CEO of or a founder of. Right? Yeah, being a boss, you got to pay the cost. Long hours, being away from your family. You hear me? Being responsible for everything, having to provide and protect, man, that's man stuff, man. And that's why things have been strategically made to be the way they are to break up that structure. It is not from the Most High. It is not the proper structure and order that the Most High designed. It's completely out of order. Time is of the essence, right? And also when we think about and without preaching or teaching right now, that's a powerful paradigm right there, right? We'll cut the computer back on, see if the computer popping now, y'all. Yeah, man. We got to get things back into proper order and structure, y'all. But I think we have reached the critical mass, right? I think we have reached the critical mass where it's almost, I'm not going to say it's too late, right? But some of these chicks, they too far gone, man. They've been too indoctrinated. They've been indoctrinated to levels that's beyond repair. You hear me? Levels that are beyond repair. And I truly think that. And I think we're starting to see it evident in society. We're really starting to see this show up in society as well, man. Exactly. And this is the thing I'll be talking about, y'all, when it comes to this situation. This is the whole thing. It's being done on purpose. Hold on, I'm about to enter the studio, man, on the computer.